Girl. Good girl. Okay, the other boots, I don't think she liked how they felt. Plus, they were a lot thicker and maybe a little bit heavier than her other pairs of shoes. So I'm finding out that she prefers these sock boots type things. So, whoa, can I talk? Ultimately, these are socks, but instead they have a rubber sole, which means it's waterproof and I don't have to worry about her paws getting burned or her stepping in water. And it's a good enough height as well. So this is better than the other shoes because she doesn't have much mobility in them. When the soles are really hard, it's harder for her to walk and run, but I want her to feel a lot more free, just some slight protection for her paws when we go out. So we got these sock boots. Hey y'all, I'm just chiming in. It is past midnight actually. We just got back from a walk, and funny enough, today is my birthday. Well, it's not past midnight. I guess 20 something minutes ago, it was my birthday. But it was a little stressful, I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect to have a sick puppy. Oh, we have to go back outside. She rang that bell with so much force. Okay, we're gonna go outside again, but it wasn't the most exciting birthday because Mochi got sick and we have both been super stressed out. And this is the reality of owning a pet, or even specifically a toy poodle that no one really talks about. I just wanted to drop in and state that I booked another appointment because I've been traveling since mid-December all the way up till early February, and we had to book an emergency appointment while we were out of state. And now that I'm back at our home vet, we are going to book another appointment. I'm hoping it doesn't stem to seeing a specialist because it is getting quite costly. Even though I have pet health insurance, great, but the time aspect of it and then the percentage of the part that doesn't get paid, it adds up. It gets exhausting physically, financially, emotionally. So what I've been dealing with since Mochi was a puppy was little vomiting spells, which for a while we just passed it off as maybe it was just her being nervous, or there's so many things. Point blank, she is now 2 years old. We are now entering March 2025. Wow. And we have been ruling out food allergies or IBS, IBD. There's also this genetically common disease amongst poodles that starts with an A. I forgot the name, but I will include it somewhere on the screen. So we are trying to rule out every possible reason as to why for the last year she has been consistently vomiting and having bloody stools. We have been switching out her diet quite consistently. I will say every 6 to 8 weeks we've been on a vet approved and prescription diet, and today was just one of those days. We won't get an appointment until later this week, but I'm thankful I have medication left over from our trip to Florida, so I'm trying to manage all of that right now. I'll show you in just a bit that I cooked a bland diet. Whenever she gets sick, we just do a bland diet, but our vets are now saying it's way too consistent for this to just be like a food allergy or something. So we are running so many tests to figure out what is wrong with this little doggy. But we've done pumpkin ground turkey, bland ground turkey, and some rice, and her medication. So I'm hoping tonight isn't going to be a rough night because the entire day we have spent cleaning up vomit, going on short walks to make sure she doesn't poo all over the place or poo on herself. Thankfully, even though she's vomited probably like 8 times today, which is pretty intense, I'm happy I don't see any flecks of blood in her vomit, and her stools are still normal, and she goes on her walks fine. She's been a little active, but I think tonight I will have her actually sleep with me so I could keep an eye on her and also hear if she's about to vomit or anything, or if she doesn't feel good, she could just like tap me and wake me up. But this is the reality of having a pet. So I know I have made a couple of videos so far about getting a toy poodle or just a dog in general, and I wanted this to be a fun, cute little vlog and give some insight of what it's like being a pet owner, but it dawned on me on how real this gets. It's not just cute grooms, happy treats, play dates. It is dealing with some of the most unexpected events. And this one, it's been plaguing our lives for the last 2 years, believe it or not. If you're seeing all the cute photos and everything I post, yeah, we have amazing times, but I've never actually documented the harder times like this, where it does get a little heavy to handle. And some of my closest family and friends understand, like, there are times they invite me to places and I simply can't go because I don't want to leave her alone. So we are about to go on another walk because she rang her bell, which is great. I'm happy she's walking around and being a little bit more interactive than earlier today, or well, again, it's past midnight, so I'll just say yesterday technically. At the end of the day, we're just trying to figure this out. So we're gonna go for a walk, and I hope we both are able to get some rest tonight. Yeah. So I made the chicken, the rice, the pumpkin, and then we have her prescription right here. This, I'm not giving any vet advice. Definitely consult with a vet before you prescribe or administer any type of medication to your pet. But until we are able to get an appointment, or I'll just call daily until I could get something earlier. I was actually about to go to the emergency room, but I saw that she finally ate and she's been keeping it down for the last 20 minutes. So that's a good sign. This is supposed to help calm her gut a little bit. So I'm hoping by the time we wake up or before I go to work, she is feeling 100% better and she's drinking water. So that means we don't have to go to the emergency room for a hydration packet. Yay. We've had that a couple times when she would get a little stressed out on some of our travel. Well, she only got stressed out like twice for our flights, and now she's really, really good with flights. So no hydration packets so far, which is great. If she is vomiting, then I'll just take her to get a shot to help with nausea. I butcher that word, y'all. Nausea. We are gonna see if we could get a shot for that. Hopefully we don't have to, but tonight we are just gonna be on watch to make sure she's feeling better. Well, you know what? I'll say it's been 20 minutes and she kept her food down, which is great, because about 2-3 hours ago, she drank some water and it came back up in less than 5 minutes, which had me so worried and panicked. Like, I'm even a little scared right now to shower because it's like, while I'm in the shower, I don't want her to vomit or have like bloody stool, and then I come out and she's just there like distressed, and I'm like, gosh, I wish I caught it earlier. It is a lot. Anyone who's paying a mortgage, got cars, kids, and pets, how do y'all do it? How do y'all do it? Hey y'all, welcome to Mochi's Day in the Life. I wanted to do this section over again because I was such an emotional wreck. But when I went into this, I figured if there are any moments that become so overwhelming like this one right now, I'm gonna be in it for the long run. I knew if I got a pet, there will be a moment like this, but I didn't know the extent of how intense this would get. But I told myself, once I have her, I will do anything to make sure she is okay. So we're approaching March. I will say about 5 days ago, I noticed another flare-up. Mind you, we also ruled out stress from traveling. After her second flight, she's been very great with traveling. So stress, food allergies, we've kind of ruled those out the way, and now we are doing more tests for other potential diseases or causes as to why this keeps happening, because this is distressing for an animal. But I will say we started testing in January. Well, not started testing, we've been testing for a very long time. But the biggest test of all I took was in January of 2025 in Florida. And we kind of have Addison's disease, IBS or IBD, or a liver stunt on our radar. So we will be testing for those over the next few months, because having this reoccurring now monthly is abnormal, and I don't like seeing her in pain. I'm hoping we get to the bottom of this to where we can only do one annual wellness visit a year versus being at the vet every single month or so, because honestly, it also gets financially taxing, not just emotionally, not just physically, but financially as well, which is why I recommend getting pet insurance. Get your pet some health insurance. I promise you, it helps so much. I figured I've been through this so many times, unfortunately a little desensitized to the issue, so I just grabbed our medication to control it. But things escalated and I had to get her to the vet a little sooner than what we planned, and now we are on another treatment plan. So my battery is about to die. I just wanted to bring a little highlight on this, that, you know, pet ownership, it's not always going to be fun. There are going to be moments like this where you need to put so many things aside and help your pet when they are in need. But I just want to let you know, Mochi is okay. Today we got her a B12 shot. That's the first time we've had something like that, and I feel like we are a step closer to figuring out what could this possibly be. We are also still on a veterinary prescription diet, so for right now we're not going to change her diet as frequently as we did before, and do another final testing that will require a biopsy. Not the biggest fan of always putting her under anesthesia, because I just don't like that for anyone, not even an animal. But if we need to get to the bottom of this, we are just gonna have to do that one test. So by March, April, who knows, maybe even early summer, I'm hoping we could get this under control, because we're also looking for the option of steroids for a short-term treatment plan. And yeah, that's really it. I just wanted to touch on this because I feel like a lot of people will show the cute side of pet ownership, especially with social media and everyone wanting to hop on this trend of getting like a poodles, a red poodle. I know like the boutique dogs are becoming very, very popular, but I also want to put out that disclaimer, like, hey guys, this is not just a cute animal. This is an animal you need to be 10 toes down for if anything hits the fan. You know, there's some real responsibilities here of having a pet, not just a boutique dog, but having a pet in general. I've had so many pets growing up, but this one is by far the most intense. So yeah, I was a little emotional talking to the doctor. I almost broke down in tears because I'm like, I don't like seeing her in so much pain, and it also affects me because then my anxiety goes through the roof. Nonetheless, within 8 to 12 hours, everything kind of just spiraled, and we went to the vet. We're on a treatment plan. We've also gotten like a fluid packet underneath her skin. I'm not new to that, guys. This has honestly happened so many times. I'm just like, okay, well, just give her the fluid pack. We have her on anti-nausea medication as well, so I'm hoping the vomiting will set aside for her. She's in bed right now, but that's really it. I will try to edit this video the best I can to have this message come across really clearly. Play dates are canceled for the week, and any other activities she had, I'm gonna have to cancel those so she could rest up and bounce back 10 times better. And I could just stay hopeful, really. That's it. I'm a little down, if you guys could tell. I'm trying to like smile through it, but the reality is I'm not that happy because it sucks. But on the bright side, I have a team that's helping me get to the bottom of this, so I'm just trying to stay positive and I know a lot of you guys love Mochi. Mochi loves you too. And yeah, I will maybe try to do one more of these. I don't know yet. Hey everyone, I am checking in. It is officially June. We made it to the summer, and my timeline was quite accurate because Mochi is doing great. I did not want to leave this video in suspense, and I just wanted to get everything out the way in one video so you don't have to come back and wait for the next update. And I know myself, if I left it in suspense, I probably wouldn't give the other video until a very later time. But I'm not gonna do that. I did not want to leave anything in suspense. But it is June, and I did not want to jinx anything or call her recovery too early and then it comes back and bite us back in the butt. I wanted to evaluate her for a longer time, so this video got uploaded a few months later. You saw us, we were in sweats and her winter coat because it was cold. We took this video in the winter. We were having a very harsh winter. Nonetheless, I'm all about advocating for yourself. If you know me in the real world, if you personally know me, I don't mind speaking. I will tell you what is on my mind, straight up, no sugarcoat. And with that being said, I hit a point where I got tired of all my vets giving me the runaround. I felt like we hit a point where her testing were a little repetitive and a little redundant. I believe in the medical field, whether it's for humans or animals, we will always have people available to help us, medical professionals, medical institutions readily available to help us. But please understand, it is also a business, and with business comes opportunities. And I felt like we got to a point where we were being taken advantage of. Of course, another vet could come out and say they were trying to do things to the best of their abilities, but the number one thing I realized all the vets were doing were disregarding my concern about her food, because we switched her food and got approval to switch her food multiple times over the course of the 2.5 years, and I realized we were still having some issues. And it wasn't until another dog curator or dog breeder mentioned poodles are well known to being sensitive to chicken. So I took the due diligence, did all my research, and over the past 2.5 years, after scanning every single ingredient in all the foods we tried, chicken, beets, oatmeal, and rice were common themes. So I brought that research to my vet and said, these could be potential triggers, and I pretty much demanded we change her food. We are now on a novelty protein. Mochi is on a potato and duck diet. And this is also great because her new formula contains soy, so that also eliminates the fat content that I was concerned about. And would you believe, within a month, she's been great. High energy, regular potty schedules, and no vomiting. And I wanted to test it out for a few months, and here we are. I have a healthy puppy, or a healthy dog. I mean, she's still tiny. She will always be my little puppy. So she's healthy, she is happy, she is great. We finally know what it's like to live a life of normalcy. We did not have this for the last 2.5 years, because every month I would sit and be like, okay, when is she gonna have a flare up? And all those worries are gone. I could breathe better, I could sleep better. That is the update. I did not want to leave anyone hanging. Always advocate for yourself, and in this case, always advocate for your pet. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was also informational for you. If you do decide to get a pet, or even a toy poodle or a poodle, because a whole breed being sensitive to chicken, mind blown. But I hope this was insightful, and if you ever do choose to get a pet, I hope this helps you make a informed decision, not something on impulse. I listened to my family when they said it was going to be hard, but I never thought it would be this hard. This set the trajectory for me, but We are good. We have everything together now. Do not forget to like this video, share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And comment down below if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer, especially if they're pet related. I feel like I'm officially in that league where I can offer decent advice. I will still refer you to a vet if I feel it's necessary, but for everything we have been through, all the medical terms I have learned, and the processes for veterinary care, I think I deserve damn near an expert level title for